Hi, my name is Kate. I'm also known as Two Little Kits, and welcome to my FlossTube. I've got a few things to share that I've been working on. I've got a finished piece, I've got IRL stuff to chat about, and Two Little Kits stuff to chat about, so let's get started. Where should we start this time? Let's start with my finished piece. Why not? My finished piece is this one here. Hopefully it doesn't reflect too bad because it's got glass on it. But the Gamer Tarot card is all done. Did you guess that this is the one that I was going to finish this week? I'm sure you did. So this is all done. It's all framed. It's all mounted on the board and it's all framed. And so now that's what they look like together. Yay! I'm still trying to figure out exactly where outside my husband's and my bedroom I'm going to hang them, but they're going to go there somewhere. So let me know what you think. I highly recommend these patterns. They're by Black Waltz Stitching. So this is the Stitcher Tarot and this is the Gamer Tarot. Yeah, they were fun to stitch up, especially the Gamer one just because the bright colours. So you should get these too. Let me know what you think in the comments. And let me know what you think as my idea of the fact that this is me and this is my husband. I'm so original, I know. I want to break up stitching stuff like I usually do, just because there's no reason why, I just want to. So I'm not going to go into works in progress just yet. I want to chat about things that are happening with Two Little Kits first. I have been focusing a lot, and I'll talk about why I've been focusing a lot on my website and blog posts especially. I have been creating a lot of content, like written content for my website, just because it was feeling really lacking and like I hadn't paid enough attention to it and given it enough love for it to be an effective website for SEO purposes especially. So I have new posts on there that I will link in the description below. One of them is stitching from colour versus stitching in section. So it's just like a pros and cons kind of list, just for people who are new to stitching and who don't know exactly how they might want to stitch. I personally stitch via colour, which I've talked about many times on this FlossTube. I think it's the most effective way to stitch, but I know that a lot of people like to do things like parking and stuff like that, so whatever floats your boat. I also have two new hand embroidery stitches in the stitches section, which are the Lazy Daisy and the whipped back stitch, which I learnt while doing my research that it's not just the whip stitch, it's technically called the whipped back stitch. So that was news to me. And I thought that I might make that clear, like that distinction, because there are other different types of whipped stitches that you can do. So I've corrected what I want to call it, which is the whip stitch, and it is known as the whipped back stitch. So yeah, that's your fun fact for the day. But there's going to be more of those stitches each Friday. I'm trying to make sure that, and I've been doing really well. There's I think 5 stitches in there now, 5 or 6, I can't remember. And I've been doing really well these 5 or 6 weeks with posting a stitch on a Friday. So go check those out and let me know what you think. I have a lot of finished pieces that I need to catch up on as well. So if you don't know, I like to give my finished stitched portrait pieces sort of a space on the internet to really shine, I guess. And I have a blog post, like I have blogs on my website. So I always intended to do a post about each finished piece and going back and catching up on some of the older ones that I hadn't done before I started doing those posts. And then life got in the way, and so I'm super far behind, but I have posted one of the missing ones currently. And I'm currently working on the house cross stitch that I did way back like 2.5 years ago. because that one has been one I've really wanted to get onto my website, because it's not really shown anywhere else, because it's not a stitch portrait, it's a house, and it's just cross stitch, and it's something that I can do, but I can't really promote it very easily right now. Hopefully that makes sense. That was a bit of a ramble. But yeah, so keep an eye out on my finished pieces collection of blog posts if you're curious about seeing, yeah, old portraits that I've done and close-ups of those and more information on them, because I remember like what was happening, and I've got all of these work in progress photos and stuff like that that I can share, and just sort of behind the scenes kind of things. Yeah, hopefully those are going to be helpful for potential customers of mine who are considering getting a portrait. They can go and see all the portraits that I've done and get inspiration or ideas about how they would like to have a portrait done. And yeah, so I'm excited about getting those on my website, but it is a lot of work because it's not something I can just go and it's done. I gotta actually write the content, and this is all up in here. It's not somewhere else. Anyway, hopefully you like those, and let me know what you think of the one that I released yesterday, which was the 25th of April, because today is Friday that I'm recording this, like usual. Yeah, something that I am hoping to get on top of and make a once a week kind of thing, along with the stitches that I have. That'll be nice. Another thing that's stitchy related is the reason I've been working on blog posts and website content is because I've been feeling really bummed out about designing patterns at the moment. I don't have confidence in my own designs. I don't have ideas on how to get back into the market, I guess. I'm just feeling really meh about what I've created, and like in general, not every single design falls into that category. Some of the designs I really like of my own, but as a whole, I'm just like, it's not really the style I wanted to go for in the end. And I'm doing a lot of thinking and soul searching and trying to figure out, do I maybe take down some of my old designs that don't fit the style and aesthetic that I want to go for? But I need to get back into, I feel like I need to get back into creating designs and producing designs and listing designs that I want to be making before I can start taking down those old ones. I don't know, my brain is a mess basically. So I would love your feedback on what patterns of mine you think are really good, that you really like, whether or not you've purchased them, or just let me know which ones you enjoy visually. That would be awesome to know. But I have been able to focus on one thing, on one design, and that is a version 2 of Flower Field. So I have, I think, 18 flowers currently. So I've got 2 more that I need to figure out, and I have an idea that I just haven't been able to sit down and sort of hash it out a bit. I've got an idea for one that I don't think I've done anything similar to it. So I'm super close, and that will be something that I release closer to the end of the year. But I just wanted to get ideas down and at least 20. I'm hoping to do maybe 30 and kind of cut 10 from there so that it is 20 really good ones, if that makes sense. Because there were a couple of flowers from the current Flower Field that I'm not really a fan of. I don't particularly like them. And if I had given myself an extra week or so, I wouldn't have made it in time for the end of the year if I had done that. But if I had possibly been able to have another week or 2 to design a few more flowers and then cull the ones I didn't like, I think I would have really liked Flower Field V1 a lot better. So anyway, all of that to say is I have been doing some design work, and it has been hard. It's been tough to do, but it's been a nice challenge. So that's good. All right, well, let's move on to works in progress. I only have a couple because I've been focusing so much on website content. So the first thing, let's actually do this one first. First thing that you probably will be expecting from me is the Deadly Aquarium. Let me move my needle. I had to unpick a bunch. I'd started stitching up here in the wrong spot, but this is what I'm at so far. It's really not a lot. I'm hoping to get quite a bit done this after this weekend, because I've got other stuff that I'm working on, which you'll see, that is a lot more time sensitive, but I do really want to try and get this frame finished before the first section is released, and that is, I don't know, it's like mid-May, I think. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we've got 4 weeks to do the frame. So that's where I'm at. I did, like I said, I did do a bunch up here, but I had to unpick it all because it was all in the wrong spot. I do have two little blips. I got one little blip, two little blips of eyes that you can see. They're seagull eyes. And yeah. So I'm on the black, which is the biggest part. Once I've finished the black, it'll be so fleshed out. I'll be able to stitch without thinking so hard about where I'm stitching. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense. Yeah, so there's that. And my fabric is not happy because I'm forcing it to be folded in a way it doesn't want to be folded. But it's a little big. I have to fold it in thirds and then in thirds again, because otherwise it doesn't fit in my project pouch. All right, so the next work in progress is I don't know numbers. The next work in progress is 5 pieces, and the backstory is I realized it is April, which means that next month is May, which means that the first week of May, because I live in America, is Teachers Appreciation Week. And I was like, oh no, I need to do pieces for teachers and therapists. So I have 5 of these and I'm chugging along really well. I'm very impressed, touch wood. But here's one. So this one is the one that's going to be finished first, most likely, because the hair, and then the rest don't have hair. So these are just all the easy bits. So that's 2 and 3. Let me know what you think of my adorable little needle minders as well. They were enamel pins that I turned into needle minders. And then this is the last one. And she's got really cool hair. Hopefully I can do it justice. So yeah, those are the 5 pieces. Normally, if you've been following me since last year, and you know, since I did, oh, hang on. Okay, there we go. Since I did, well, I guess I should say, if you've seen me do Teacher Appreciation Week pieces before, you will know that I usually do a ton. And why is that? It's because my oldest daughter is special needs, and I take into consideration therapists as well as teachers. So, and also para-educators, because she's in a specialty class and has a bunch of para-educators in that class, as well as a gen ed class, which, oh my God, I've just realized I haven't stitched a gen ed teacher, so I've got to add a 6th one. Ah! But yeah, so this year I'm not stitching her therapists because she actually has 2 brand new therapists at the private therapy place that we go to. And I made the call, because I'd started this so late, that I wouldn't include them. I don't really know, remember what they look like, and it would be kind of weird for me to take a photo of them now. I don't know, it didn't feel right to give them a gift, especially considering she just had 2 therapists that didn't receive one last year that she saw for a long time who have kind of missed out, I guess. So I gave myself the break, which I'm now just given myself extra work because I've remembered her gen ed teacher. But yeah, so that's Charlie, that's my oldest. So she's got 2 that she'll be giving out. So these are 2 paraeducators that weren't at the school last school year. So her specialty teacher got one last year, and the other 2 paraeducators in her class got one last year too. So I decided that it would be kind of weird if I made them a portrait again. I'm probably going to do it next year for them so that they've got one before she leaves elementary school, because I think that'd be nice. But my youngest, who's Alex, she has her grade 2 teacher, and then she's got her 2 therapists here. So that's why they're just names instead of like a miss or a Mrs., because that's not what she calls them at therapy. So yeah, I now need to catch up on one of these for Charlie and stitch. And it's good because I'm not going to show you the whole thing. Like, I'll cover up the school name, but like I've got a photo. So I can work from a photo, thankfully. And yeah, I'll just catch up. Because this doesn't take very long. The cross stitching is really simple. The longest part of it is the name, like the actual back stitching. That takes the longest part, pretty much. So I will focus on that and catch up and then continue doing hair. That's the plan. That's my new plan that I just made on the fly. So it's going to be 6 work in progress, and they will be given out before next FlossTube, because Teacher Appreciation Week is the first full week of May, which I believe is the 6th of May as the Monday itself. So yeah. Which, now I'm thinking about it, that should be when my next FlossTube is, right? No, because today's the 26th. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's that work in progress. And then I've got one more work in progress, which you can probably guess what it's gonna be. It's my flower field. So I have stitched today's flower, so this is all up to date. I really am enjoying working on this. There was one day this week, it was Tuesday, that I really didn't feel like stitching my flower. So I didn't. The next day I stitched 2 flowers. Like I have inadvertently been doing a lot the last month or so. I will forget to stitch the flower, and then the next day I'll stitch 2 flowers. Sorry, I'm just distracted by my phone. So yeah, that's the flower field. I'm assuming that April is going to finish about there, which means that May will have this section and then it'll continue, and I'm going to guess that I would guess that the next signpost will probably be under where I've just been stitching. So under there. That's my guess. Because I do the little signposts for the 2 months. So it's covered in cat fur. So like January and February, that points to the top row being January, and then February and March, because March points the other way, and then that's April. And then May will point that way again. Hopefully that makes sense. It makes sense to me. I didn't want to do a sign every month. I liked the idea of doing the little double signs pointing outwards. So yeah, I did have people very concerned on the 1st of May when I posted my flower stitched and you couldn't see a little signpost, and they were like, did you forget to do a signpost? I'm like, no, I have plans. And everyone was like, phew. So I appreciated that. That was nice. So yeah, that's my works in progress. I haven't worked on other pieces that you've seen recently, such as my village in the valley. What else have I had recently? What's this? Oh yeah, my own family portrait. Oh, that's something, this is a random thing. I need to double check my video for the last FlossTube because I think I posted a video of the wrong portrait. And if I did, I will be overlaying the right video over what I'm saying right now. But I have this really sinking feeling that I did the wrong video. So hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully that was, and I'll just edit this out. What else? So the last thing to chat about is IRL happenings. I'll get out my notes. The first thing that I want to chat about is because of FlossTube, it might affect my next FlossTube. I am having my foot surgery that I'm pretty sure I talked about last FlossTube. If I didn't, I will definitely be talking about it next FlossTube, I guess. But that's happening on the 13th of May, which is the next time that I will be releasing a FlossTube. So I'm planning on being really, really good and scheduling everything in advance so that on the Monday that it will be released, I just don't have to think about it at all. That's my plan. There will be like 2 things that I'll need to do for my website to get it to like trigger correctly, but that will be easy enough for me to do. So yeah. So just know that there could be hiccups and my FlossTube might be released like really late on the Monday or maybe even on the Tuesday. So we'll see, and fingers crossed and all of that good karma. What else has been happening apart from what could happen? This past week, my husband has been away interstate for work stuff. He left on Sunday morning and he's actually like just got on the plane as I'm talking right now to come back home, which is exciting and awesome. And my girls are very, very pleased about the fact that he's coming home because they miss him terribly. Yeah, the timing is tough because I have to bring both of my kids to my oldest's therapy tonight because he's coming back at the wrong time, basically. He's coming back just after we leave, pretty much. So, but that's okay. I just need to make sure that this time my youngest brings enough to do in the car, because yesterday when we went to a therapy session, she was super bored and kept hassling me, and I'm just like, this is my time. This is me time. Stop it. Because usually their therapies is me time. I also had a haircut. I had that today. I've talked to my hairdresser about the fact that I've had a lot of hair loss, and that is due to the weight loss surgery that I had 3 months ago. So we have a plan on basically not just buzz cutting my head and starting from scratch, because I had a dream that I had that done and it didn't look good. So we couldn't do that. I have also been taking the cats to the vet. I did 3 trips for each cat. Well, not 3 trips each. I did 3 trips, 1 for each cat, just as their well checkup kind of appointments. But that was just annoying, just going there 3 times over 3 different days. So yeah, but they're all good. Cats are great. And apparently their teeth are really good. I was really worried because I haven't been brushing their teeth for ages. So that's awesome. Go me. I'm going to take credit for that. And the last thing that I have notes for that happened is I donated blood. And that's the first time that I've done it after the weight loss surgery. I was very nervous that I would become very faint or just not be able to fill the bag, or I don't know, any other disaster that could happen. But nope, I did it, and I did it in like 5 minutes or something. So it was really fast, even for me. I just have a little mark on my arm, just like a tiny little bruise kind of mark. And yeah, I got to have my little chips and my little apple juice, and I did really good, not just guzzling them both, because that would have made me feel sick. So success, yay. Because if you don't know, I've been doing really well before the surgery at donating blood every 2 months. And I really like doing it because I'm O negative, which if you don't know is the blood type that can be taken by everybody. O negative can only take O negative, whereas everybody can use O negative. If you didn't know, now you know. So my blood type my blood feels very useful, basically. So I gave myself the 3 months to kind of get into the swing of life again and recover and all of that before I donate it again. So hooray, success. Yeah, I just need to remember to book again because they didn't schedule me a follow-up for 2 months and I forgot to ask. So yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much everything, to be quite honest. And that's a long edit on there that it tells me. So I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully I don't remember anything else after the fact. I do that sometimes. I'm like, oh, I was gonna talk about that. Oh, the only thing that I will add is this. This. I forgot to talk about this last FlossTube, and I did do an Instagram reel about this, the unboxing of it, but what do you think about this? This is part of the merch that you can get on my website. It's called Cool Vibes, and it's the poster that you can get. I will be changing it. I need to change the images before I change it officially, so that you can't choose what border. I can't remember what it's called. This bit, the top and bottom bits. So that, because currently you can pick 3 different types of wood, and I want to just make it that you can only pick the size, because I feel like that'll be less complicated, or make sure people don't have like decision fatigue or anything like that. So yeah, let me know what you think of this. This is the size 12 by 12, and it's probably a bit bigger than I would prefer. So it does come in a 10 by 10, but I'm not unhappy with it. I think it's really cool. And yeah, it lives over there. Oh yeah, and do you love my accessories? La. I forgot to bring my gloves to martial arts yesterday, and I scratched up my knuckles from punching a lot. So sorry if that's been really distracting. I meant to say that at the start of the video, but I needed to put some antiseptic cream on the sores, and we only have really cool band-aids. We don't have boring band-aids, because I think boring band-aids are boring. So we've got fun colors with, some of them have pictures and stuff on them. It's Welly brand, if you know their brand. Anyway, I did say I was going to stop, so I will stop. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about all the stuff that I talked about, especially the thing about my portfolio. So my patterns that you like, and what you like about my patterns. I would really love to hear your comments on those. So I hope you have an awesome time stitching. I hope you have no knots in your thread and no mistakes in your work. So until next time, I will see you around the internet. Bye!